Welcome everybody to Kitchen Craft Live once again here every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm your host, Rebecca. So thrilled to be with you today. With our behind the scenes team, we have Josh and Jessica helping us out today. So feel free to comment and let us know how it's going out there. So happy to have you. So today on the docket, we are baking because it is the season for bakeware. And we have, oh my goodness, something brand spanking new for you at Kitchen Craft. We have this 9-inch round baking pan that you will absolutely adore. Brand new, like I said, you would be the first one to own it, and you'll have to tell us what you make in this. I'm going to show you actually 2 dishes tonight that you can make, but the possibilities are endless. And it's got nice handles, 5-ply stainless steel, very hardy. You can take this camping wherever you want to go with it. Like I said, you'll be the first one. You go to kitchencraft.com under what's new, and you'll see the 9-inch round baking pan, and there are no reviews, so you can be the first one to review this. Now I will say we will have a special purchase discount opportunity at the end of the show for this 9-inch pan, baking pan at the end, so stay tuned. You don't want to miss that. Before we cook, I do want to remind you we have a contest where you can win these handy dandy mini choppers, which I'll show you when I chop some of my veggies up. And we have a winner actually that I would love to announce. We're going to go ahead and jump right in and announce our winner whenever we are ready. It is, drum roll, Marvin Buchholz. Congratulations, Marvin. Thank you so much for submitting a picture of your recipe. He sent a stir-fry, crab stir-fry in the gourmet slow cooker. So we really appreciate that. It looks delicious. I'm gonna have to try it myself. And don't forget, folks, you can send us a picture of your recipe. You don't have to actually send the entire recipe itself. It doesn't have to be crazy gourmet. It can just be something simple, and send it to contest@cookforlife.com, and that will enter you in to get a pair of these wonderful mini choppers. So tonight, what are we cooking? Well, we're making a delicious veggie pizza, which is different than you would think. Instead of marinara sauce, it's using a cream cheese ranch topping, and it's chilled. Oh. And we're also making a Spiderweb cookie cake, which is so delicious and so cute and fun and perfect festive for this time of year. So I think without further ado, let's get started, shall we? So how many of you guys like your veggies? Yes, if you have a favorite veggie, tell us in the chat. Love to hear it. Broccoli's probably one of my favorites. And I want to show you that we can just cut away cancer using our handy dandy mini chopper, because this is a fabulous cancer fighting agent. So this is something that will be going on our mini pizza. Next we have carrots. And everybody knows what they are good for, of course, which is beta carotene, which is good for your eye health. Everyone knows that about carrots. So fun. Then we have some handy dandy scallions. I love onions. I love scallions. So good. And does anybody know, this one might be a little trickier, what scallions are good for? What vitamins or what sort of a health benefit do scallions give you? Because there is one, and it's really important. So go ahead and tell us that if you know it, without Googling, no cheating. And while we get those answers, I want to show you something really cool I'm going to do with my cucumber. All right, so far we've cut up broccoli, carrots, scallions, probably about a half a cup. And next, I'm going to take my cucumber, and look at what this mini chopper can do. This is just amazing. You can actually score your cucumber here to make it cutting a lot easier, because we want these pieces to be fairly small that we're going to put on our veggie pizza. All right, and then I just go boop, and it falls off in little pieces. Isn't that so cool? I love that. So this mini chopper is handy dandy, and if you need it to be in even smaller pieces, these didn't really break off, there we go. I can just cut them further. This is super safe. You can lock it, so child-proof. It's just a really cool kitchen tool that you can use. All right. Did anybody guess what the scallions are good for? I can tell you if we don't have any answers. Vitamin K, which is good for strong bones. Super important. You got to keep that skeletal frame nice and strong, right? Okay, so we've got our vegetables chopped using our mini chopper. Now we will go ahead and assemble the pizza. So before I began, I should say this is already pre-done, the crust, because it would take a while to cool down. I took one roll of crescent rolls, the Pillsbury crescent rolls that you see in the grocery store, and well, first, let me back up a step. I sprayed our 9-inch round baking pan with baking spray, which is super important because you want the flour that's going to make sure that whatever you're baking does not stick to the pan. So I sprayed it down, put the crescent roll, and I laid it out. I had to kind of Frankenstein it together because, as you know, those of you that have used it before, it kind of comes in a square or rectangular shape, and I need it round. So I was able to kind of cut and put it back together. 375 for the oven temperature for about 8 minutes, what it says on the package. Then it just needs to cool down. That's why I made this in advance, because otherwise we'd be here waiting for the crescent rolls or the crust to be done. All right, so the next step is I have this delicious cream cheese ranch topping that I will put on my, it's really thick, on my crust here. This is 1 8-ounce package of cream cheese mixed with, I use plain Greek yogurt, half a cup, but you could also do sour cream, you could do mayonnaise, totally up to you, whatever flavor you would like to do for that. And then a half of a package of ranch, the ranch dressing packages that you see in your store. So you just spread this around, and I should add that you want to make sure that this chills in the fridge. So this is something I assembled in advance so that it had time to cool down. That's a big thing with this veggie pizza is you want to make sure that the crust chills, this topping chills, and then once you put your veggies on top, you ideally would like that to chill as well before taking a bite, but I'm actually gonna take a bite out of it before letting it chill because we're live. All right, did anybody say their favorite veggies from the top of the show?
We got someone who submitted broccoli.
Broccoli, yes, team broccoli. Awesome. Cool. Yeah, they're all good, but yeah, broccoli, you can't beat it. Cancer fighting, got lots of fiber, lots of vitamins. It's so good for you. All right, put this aside. Next, we are actually going to put our veggies on top. Now, this is totally up to you how many veggies you'd like to do on your cake. This is all personal preference. Of course, we love broccoli, so we're going to load it up. So good. There's that one. Next, we've got our carrots. This adds a nice orange color. And as you can see, this baking pan is the perfect size. This is going to probably give us, I'd say, about 8 nice size slices. So perfect for family, or if you want to bring this to an office and treat the office staff. They got to enjoy me testing this out, which is fun. And we got about 8 slices out of it. All right, so we got our carrots. Again, good for beta carotene, good for the eyes. Next, I'm gonna sprinkle some scallions on there. Ooh, beautiful. Add some of that lovely oniony flavor. Of course, this is customizable. If you want to do olives, tomatoes, whatever veggies you want on this pizza that you think would go good with that ranch cream cheese layer, I say go to town. And then last but not least are the cucumbers. So good. All right. So this, again, normally you would chill for about a half an hour, but I'm going to actually cut into it so you can see what we got. So that is our veggie pizza. Hopefully you guys can see that. It looks really nice. Easy to cut into this. Now this baking pan, again, indestructible, versatile. You could make brownies in this. You could make a tart in this. You could even take this camping because it is indestructible. You could make eggs and bacon. Oop, lost a cucumber. Put it over the fire. You can't mess it up. That's the beauty of this. And again, at the end of the show, we'll have a discounted price for it. So if this is something that's caught your eye, wait till the end so you can get this at a really great price. Tonight only. All right. So let's take a bite of this. Yummy veggie pizza, which the recipe is online at kitchencraftcookware.com. Oh. Mmm. So good. The ranch really shines through. Let me get a little piece of veggie in there too, because I got a scallion. Mmm. Carrots are nice and crispy. It's so nice because you don't even have to cook your veggies. They're just raw, which is the healthiest way to eat them, really and truly, aside from waterless. And there you go, veggie pizza. And if you have any questions, keep them coming. Of course, we've got Jessica over there assisting, and she is a trained chef, so she can answer any food questions you may have.
Damien wanted to give you a shout out. He said carrots are his favorite veggie, kind of like Bugs Bunny, and he gave you a special. What's up, Doc?
Oh, what's up, Doc? Thanks, Damien. Hi, thank you for watching. I really appreciate that. He said he loves carrots and talked about Bugs Bunny. That's what I think of too, honestly. Carrots and Bugs Bunny. Perfect combo. Thank you so much. All right. Oh my gosh, you know what I forgot is the cheese. You're supposed to sprinkle a little cheese on there, but of course this is optional too. It doesn't really even need it, but I meant to put a little cheese on there. Missed one step. The cheese lovers, they're probably like, how could you forget the cheese? And I'll put a little on mine too. All right. Perfect. So that is our veggie pizza. And now we're moving on to the Spiderweb Cookie cake, which is really exciting. I'm gonna actually, well, I'll move this over here for now. No, I'll leave it here. Change of heart. So this one you'll get to see me do from scratch, but then you'll see the final product, of course. So starting, we are going to spray the 9-inch round baking pan, which again, brand new. So excited for you guys to get this and show me and tell me what you made in it. We're gonna use our baking spray to coat the pan, make sure the cookies don't stick. So you just spray it like so. Masterpiece. Okay. Let me, 1 second, I'm gonna wipe something down real quick. Sometimes it gets a little messy. All right. Think I got it. Okay. Hopefully that's good. Awesome. All right, so we sprayed our pan that we'll be using to make our Spiderweb cookie cake. And to get started with that, you need 1 stick of room temperature butter. This is perfect. It's nice and kind of gooey, so that way it'll be easy to mix. We're going to add a 1/2 cup brown sugar. I was thinking of the Rolling Stones song, Brown Sugar, but I'm not going to sing it right now. You want to mix this in really well along with your 1/4 cup white sugar. So we're going to get all the wet ingredients mixed really well. That's key. It's to make sure that all the wet ingredients are mixed up really well, because when you add the dry ingredients, you want to make sure everything is evenly distributed. That is muy importante. All right, so the next wet ingredient we have is an egg and a little bit of vanilla, a teaspoon of vanilla. And again, these recipes are on kitchencraftcookware.com, along with some beautiful photographs that we took when we were practicing these meals. So very cool. All right, our egg. Just let me wipe my hands real quick. It's really important. You don't want to get salmonella working with raw foods like eggs and meats and stuff. Okay. I also need to wipe down my countertop. Got a little goo from the egg, and that's okay. Sometimes cooking is messy, and that's a beautiful thing, kind of like life, right? Messy, but making something beautiful out of it. So when I think of spiders, I think of my favorite superhero, Spider-Man. I'm such a Spider-Man nerd. I love the comics, I love the movies. And I want to know, while I'm making this cake, what is your favorite superhero? Because a lot of people have one, you know. It might be in the DC universe, it could be Marvel. But let me know. Maybe you're more of a Captain America kind of person, or an Iron Man, some kind of Avenger maybe. So yeah, so this spider cake is perfect for Spider-Man fans. Yes, ma'am.
Marvin wants to know how long to cook and at what temperature, and I think he's referring to the cookie cake. So
yes, because the veggie pizza you don't cook at all. That's just going to be chilled. But the crust. Excuse me. Thank you. The crust for the croissant roll it's on the package when you get the tube, but it's $375 for about 8 minutes. It cooks really quick, and that's the beauty of this cookware too. It heats up evenly and quickly, so 8 minutes really all you need. That's a great question, yeah. And for the cookie, thank you. Yes, normally you'd preheat your oven to 375, so really you could 375. You could do your crust for this while you're making your cake, and you one and done. And that is for 20 to 30 minutes for the cake. Yep. Thank you for reminding me. Sometimes I skip a step. I forgot to tell you to preheat the oven because I'm not doing it. The magic of TV. It'll just be ready.
Marvin said that his favorite superhero is Marvin the Martian.
Oh, that's awesome, Marvin. I do love Marvin the Martian. That's classic Looney Tunes right there. Awesome. Any other favorite superheroes before I add my dry ingredients? No, not yet.
no, Rita wants to know how deep the sides of the pan are.
Oh, okay. So I have the specs. I can read them to you because I don't have the specs memorized. But it's the diameter tab to tab is 10.75 inches. Inside cooking diameter is 9 inches. It has an inside height, that's what I think you're asking, of 1 inch. 1 inch inside height. And then the weight is 1 pound and 5 ounces. So it's lightweight, but yet sturdy. Awesome. Great question. Lovely. Thank you guys for joining us, by the way. So I mixed all my wet ingredients. I almost need a little, for actors we have, gosh, I can't remember the name because it's been so long since I've done scripted theater. I do improv all the time. But they put X's, you're marked. Yes, I almost need a mark for my food because I keep putting it out of frame. I apologize. Thank you guys for hanging in with me. Oh. All right, so the dry ingredients is we've got flour, we've got baking soda, and we've got salt. And as far as how much, let me remind myself, it is 1/2 teaspoon baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 1 cup plus 1 tablespoon flour, which is, I like that. I think that's cute when they tell you in the recipe, plus a tablespoon. It's like, but baking is exact science, so we can't skip the plus 1 tablespoon. And I like to mix in the flour a little bit at a time, although sometimes I get impatient and I just pour it all in. But it mixes a little bit easier if you just take your time and do a little at a time. Now, baking tip, good to know, if you're making regular cookies, not this cookie cake per se, it's good to refrigerate the dough for an hour at least so that the cookies come out. If you want thicker cookies instead of those flat cookies, that is how you make the magic happen, because I learned that when I was making some cookies at the office the other day. They were really flat, delicious but flat, and found that out, that you need to give it at least an hour. So you can even leave it overnight if you want to leave your dough overnight. Not this is if you're making regular cookies. If anyone has any cookie or baking tips, we'd love to hear them in the comments section. You might know something that I don't know, and you might know something your neighbor doesn't know. Share it with the group and help us out. Let us become better bakers. All right. Do we have any?
Quite a few superheroes.
Oh, I was going to say, that's what I was going to ask, if we have any more superheroes while I'm stirring this flour. And you can use a mixer, too. I'm doing this old school, baby. This is all elbow grease. So what superheroes do we have?
We've got Underdog,
Underdog.
Iron Man,
Iron Man.
Melanie Curtin likes the Powerpuff Girls.
Oh, Powerpuff Girls. I watched them growing up, yeah.
We got Damien likes Mighty Mouse.
Mighty Mouse.
Shelly says Speedy Gonzalez.
Awesome. Speedy Gonzalez. Andale, riba. Yeah. Oh, gosh. I haven't watched those. That would be fun to watch tonight, right? We should all put on some old cartoons and just be like the little kids we are at heart and eat some cookie cake.
Black Widow.
Yes, Black Widow. That was a Halloween costume for me one year. I was telling them before the show I dressed up as Black Widow and no kids came, so I felt like a sad Avenger just sitting wistfully looking outside, waiting for the children to come. All right, so we mixed that up nice and good. So now it's time for Les Chocolate Chips. So we're gonna put in, this is this half cup or cup? Let me remind myself, 1 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips. Of course, you can do more, you could do less, you can get really creative with this. I was thinking when I made this the other day, you could add some nuts to this if you wanted. You could do peanut butter chips, those butterscotch chips. Oh my goodness, you could just really get creative. You could do milk chocolate if you wanted. So we're kind of giving you the base and you can get really creative with it if you would like. So we got our chips mixed in. Alrighty. And then, now we just have to put it in the pan.
You asked for recipe. Rita Moore says she follows Dr. Furman's nutritarian diet, so she uses tortilla as her crust. She bakes it for 10 minutes, uses marinara sauce, and tops with sauteed veggies and plant-based cheese.
Ooh, that sounds really good. Yes, nice. I love this. See, we're all learning things that we can make that. Thank you so much for sharing. All of you, thank you. Wonderful. Oh, and I meant to tell you an inspirational story, and I'll tell it to you while I'm putting the dough in the pan. So that's the next step. So Stan Lee, the creator of Spider-Man, there's a video you can actually watch on YouTube. I don't know if you would type in like Stan Lee rejected for Spider-Man idea or something like that. But essentially when he first came up with the idea, he was told, I don't know if they were executives for the comic book or I don't know, but people high up in rank, right? Said no one would ever like a superhero that's a teenager, you know, if he's not a sidekick, and people don't like spiders. And so, but Stan Lee was like, I just had to get this out of my system. I just had to create Spider-Man. It was just, I was inspired by, it was just something in him, right? And then, so apparently, I don't know if it was the comic book, all the details are eluding me, but they were dying, and he said it was going to be the last issue. So he's like, we went ahead and put him on the cover, and apparently it just, people went crazy, sold out, and then the guy's like, yeah, that's Spider-Man we loved. He was great, wasn't he? But the guy didn't like Spider-Man, but he said that after he was successful. So the point, I hope that's making sense. I feel like I'm rambling. But the point is, if you have a dream, if you have a vision, if you have a goal, if there's something you want to do in life, and you've got people that don't understand, that's okay. Do it anyway, because, hey, I mean, that's a great example of going against the face of the naysayers. I think that's important. So that is my inspirational story of the day. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do this. So you just want to make sure that you flatten this out so it looks nice and get it in all the little corners there. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Because this is going to be a spider web. So I think that looks pretty good. And then this would go in the oven for 20 to 30 minutes, but I'll show you the finished version. We already got it ready for you. Hold tight. So, check out this finished spider cake. And oh my gosh, I forgot my M&Ms. I can't believe I forgot my M&Ms. So, to add a little color to your cake, I'll bring this back. You can, and this is optional, you don't have to do the M&Ms, but I found some fall colored M&Ms. I actually had to sort through a regular bag and get the fall colors. And And you can just put this right on top so that when it bakes, you can see those beautiful fall colors. But you could do whatever color you want, really. If this was a Spider-Man cake, you could just do red and actually blue. There are blue M&Ms. So there's that. Okay. Awesome. And I do have some spider jokes for you. I don't know if I'll have time to get to them, but we'll see. All right, so we have our M&Ms. So we have, woo, back to this. Oh yes, sorry, my hands are dirty. When I get in the groove, I don't want to stop. Feels like it's interrupting my flow, but yes, my hands probably look so nasty. Thank you. So this is almost finished. I'm going to actually do the last bit of lines. So for this, you would let it cool, of course, because you don't want to put the icing on right away. So 20 to 30 minutes at 375. Let it sit out and cool, of course, completely. And then if you want to do the spiderweb design, what I did is I made a cross. So go straight down and then across. And then I did diagonal lines from there in between. And then essentially I just connected all my lines using my frosting. Now this is a cookie icing. You can use whatever color you want, whatever kind of icing you want, but this seems to work really well. So I'm actually going to do the last little bit here for you. And this is brown. I wanted black, but they didn't have black, but this is, I think it still looks pretty good.
Marvin wants to know if you had to eat all the wrong fall colored M&Ms.
That's a great question. You know, I actually put them in the break room at work because I was like, oh man, it was a huge bag too. It was one of those, gosh, I don't even know how many pounds. It was the biggest bag of M&Ms you could get because I want to make sure I had enough. So no, that's awesome. I didn't eat all the blue. They were just blue and green. I didn't eat those by myself. I shared with the team. So you can see I'm connecting these lines. And hey, what do you get when you combine a spider with an ear of corn? Cobweb. That's bad. And hey, what does a spider use on the computer the most? Webcam. It's so bad. Hey, you know, if you're coming to Kitchen Craft Live, you're not only going to get tasty recipes and beautiful, brilliant cookware, you're going to get bad dad jokes, even though I'm not a dad. But you will get bad jokes for sure. All right, so there's my spider cookie cake. And to top this off, just to give it that little extra touch, I have plastic spiders. Now this is optional, of course. But this is fun if you're going to a Halloween party or it's someone's birthday. You can just put these wherever you fancy your spiders to go. Woo! Very cool. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you make a spiderweb cookie cake. So again, we have the veggie pizza, yummy with the cream cheese, ranch, topping with all our different veggies that you can switch out for different vegetables. And then, of course, we have our spiderweb cookie cake, fun, fall themed, perfect for Halloween, in the 9-inch round baking pan. As you can see, so versatile, just makes beautiful food, so easy to use, 5-ply stainless steel, wonderful. So, with that being said, I think we'll move on, unless there's any comments or questions at the moment, to our section where I want to remind you about a contest that we have coming up. December the 6th is when we will pick our winner. And all you have to do to enter is send us a picture of yourself with your cookware at contest@cookforlife.com. So please send those in. We would love to see you and your cookware, your bakeware. Maybe buy this 9-inch round pan tonight and take a picture with that. I would love to see that and say, Rebecca, I got the pan. Contest@cookforlife.com. It will actually go directly to me, so I will get that email. So, all right. I think it's that time. It is the purchase opportunity. If you see this pan and you think, gosh, I could make tarts in this, I could make brownies in this, I could do cookies, all kind of good stuff. We want to give you a great price. Normally, oh yes, I'm sorry, Josh. Okay, I thought he said hurry up. I think he's saying to keep talking. I don't know, this means something. It usually means wrap it up. We're learning. So yes, gosh, I got off my train of thought. But essentially, great, versatile piece of bakeware that I know you'll love, and that I can't wait for you to send me your pictures of what you make in it. Again, you could take it camping. It is indestructible. It's one of those things you could put it over the fire, won't hurt it one bit. It's just that kitchen craft quality, that Made America quality that you love. You know, we've been doing this since 1906 in West Bend, Wisconsin. So it's just, this is our brand new baby that we're so excited to show you guys. So yes, very excited about this bakeware. All right. Well, we're gonna go ahead. I'll tell you, we might not have an image for you, but that's okay. Normally, it is $119 for this 9-inch round baking pan, but you can get it tonight for a special cost of $89.99. All I need you to do is type the word round, R-O-U-N-D, in the comments, and Jessica will help assist you to make sure that you get that special price you're saving tonight only. Again, that is the word round that you would comment in our chat, and that gets you the 9-inch round baking pan, normally $119, woo, for $89.99. Wonderful, so much. So I hope you guys take advantage of it, because it really is an amazing piece of bakeware. I love the handles on the side too. It makes it easy when you're putting things in the oven and taking them out of the oven, which unfortunately you didn't get to see me do tonight, but that is okay. All right, so again, we made the veggie pizza and we made the spiderweb cookie cake, but you can make a gazillion things in this. And I think, unless we have any questions, I'm gonna go ahead and plug next week's show. So next week is actually going to be our Halloween themed show, which I'm excited for. Love Halloween. And we'll be making some Halloween treats. Probably a spice cake is what I'm thinking. And some other goodies for you. Some popcorn in our wok, which is fun. Make those popcorn glove hands that they usually do in elementary schools. They're so cute. All right. Well, if anyone has any other questions, oh my gosh, I didn't eat a piece of my cookie cake. What was I thinking? I can do that to close out the show. I'll show you a piece of this as we're signing off. And, but if there aren't any questions, we really appreciate you all joining us tonight for Kitchen Craft Live every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be here. Hopefully you will too. All right, let's see how this turned out. I can't believe I forgot to take a bite of this. Am I crazy? Cookie cake, not eating the cookie cake. Oh my gosh, that is beautiful. So beautiful. And this, it's just so good. Oop, oop, I can get it with my fork. Mmm. Oh yeah, chocolatey, delicious, just the right consistency. It's not crunchy. Mmm, perfect. I wish you guys could taste this with me. Okay. Well, thank you all so much for joining us. We appreciate you. We hope you have a wonderful rest of your week and a wonderful evening, and hopefully we'll see you next Tuesday, 7 p.m. All right, happy cooking. Bye, guys.